Hi, this is Chris, and I am going to give you a tour of SocietasPro. So we're starting right from the beginning here with the installer, and this is the first page you'll see. It's the system test, and that will just check that you've got everything that you need. We've got one little warning, but we'll be alright. So just hit proceed and enter some details here. Let's call this SocietasPro users group. Language English, it's my email address and password, begin install, and that's it, we're done. Go on now, proceed and log in. Then just like that, we've already got SocietasPro up and running. So this is the main control panel, and this will give you the latest news, what's going on, the versions, and some quick stats on your install. And if we just briefly run through the modules first, members module, you'll notice I'm already in here because when we installed it, it created my administration account, and there's no difference between members and users. To add a member and let them get access to this as well, you just need to change them from being a member to administrator. So let's go and just add a few details here. Put my name in and my address. It's very awkward living on Fake Street because no one believes it's a real address. And if I hit that, we've got a success. If I go back to manage members, then my details are in there. But what if you want to store some details which aren't in our standard platform? Well, then you can do that using manage fields. So there's none in there at the moment. If I go to create, maybe I want to record the hobbies of my members, so I'll put hobbies in, and that a text area, so I can put lots of text in there. And then maybe I want to know people's favourite sport as well, so select sport, and this is going to be a drop down because I'm only going to let them select between football, tennis and basketball. I'll create that as well. Then if we go back to members, edit, you notice that these boxes have now put at the bottom, so maybe I like fishing and my favourite sport is tennis, so we'll save that. Success. So that's the members management, and then you've also got the mailing list for when you just want to have members that aren't actual members but you still want to send them email address in. Let's put some members on the mailing list then. Let's include dan@dan.com. And then let's put jeff@jeff.com as well. So now that I've added these, I want to send an email out to these people, so I'm going to go to view mailing list. And if you'll notice, this gives me everyone on my mailing list and all my members as well, so you can make sure that you're sending the message out to everyone. Now there's also tools for managing what you publish to your public website, and here we have, say, the events. And first off, I want to create a location because events can be associated with locations, and you can set up a location once, provide directions to it, and then assign a lot of events to it. So I'm going to call this location the pub, and it's just down the street. Now I'm going to go create an event, and it's going to be a pub quiz, and of course it will be happening at the pub. By default, sets up for 7 PM tonight. I'll tell people to come to the pub quiz. Great. So now if I go to our public website, which you can do by hitting view website, that's not going to work, we'll come back to that. So that actually demonstrates one of the features of SocietasPro, that if you actually don't want a public website, simply don't create any pages like we don't have set up here, and it will just redirect straight to the admin panel. But in this case, I do want a public website, so I'm going to go ahead and create a home page. Say welcome to our website, and then just put hello world in there, and I'm going to go ahead and submit that. And now if I go to our public website, there we go, there's our home page. It says hello world. Great. So on here we've also got in the event section. The event we just created, pub quiz, there's an overview. You can click through to full details, and you can also look at calendar view, which if you create multiple events will show you each of the events by day, which is very useful. So back on the pages, maybe I want to create another section, and this would be called events. Even though we've got the event system, let's say we want to talk about special events. There we go. Here you can find details of our special events. And one of the special events we're going to be running is a bake sale. I'll put that there. For people to come and eat cake. And we want to assign this to the event section because it's going to be a subpage of events. And it's going to be 10 AM on Monday. I'll tell people to bring money as well. So now if I go back to the public website, go to home page, you'll see because it's a sub page of events, it doesn't show up on the main menu, but if I go through to the events section, then we get this new event sub menu that appears above, and we've got our bake sale page there that you can click through to. So that allows you to automatically generate hierarchical menu systems in your public website. Now the blog section functions a lot like the pages section. So I'm going to call this my first blog post. Automatically generates a URL for me. And again, I'm just going to say hello world here. Great, that was a success. And if we go to blog, well, it's now there. But what happens if we want to say turn off the events pages? Well, all we need to do is go to events and change the status from publish to draft. Hit save there, and the events page disappears. Now, configuration section is something you shouldn't have to look at too often, but this will allow you to set basic variables like the name of your group. And if you suffer from maybe visual impairment, you might want to turn on the high contrast style sheet, which when I refresh the page just makes everything a bit more bolder, the lines a bit more funkier. Turn that back. And then SocietasPro is also entirely multilingual, and you can see if you change the language from English to Klingon, which is obviously the first translation before doing it, and then I'll just refresh that page. Suddenly everything goes to Klingon. So if you have any native Klingon speakers in your group, you'll be able to change the language, and you can see Klingon instead. And of course we're working on adding more languages. Now, the final feature, just quickly to show you, is the reporting section, because this has a full audit trail. So you can pick through any of the different actions and any of the different members that have administration privileges, and you can see what actions they've performed for logging purposes. So that's a brief introduction to SocietasPro. Do check us out, see what you think, and we'd love to get your feedback.